Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play LSD. I'm your host CPC Gamer, and I hope you don't mind my uploading a little bit more of this. I'm in that weird position where I want to play and record some games for you guys, but I've no idea quite what, so I'm heading back to my old faithful standby just to do a couple more things. I've got some ideas for stuff that I want to play, but they're mostly RPGs, and that is a problem, because I don't really want to do a full trial run to get my commentary notes together. And it would involve heavy to industrial strength amounts of editing. You know, lots of missing footage, you know? But back to this project, I know where I am. This housing block is where I found the woman the last time. So, let's go see if she's there. See, this is like an RPG already. I'm just barging into people's houses uninvited and demanding they interact with us. Things like this is why I'm an introvert. Although I like those lilac houses. Have they always been like that? I don't often find them with this tile set, so I'm used to them just being white. Anybody here? I wonder if you can spawn her, or if she just... This is going to sound stupid, but she's either there or she isn't. I know those are literally the only two possibilities, but I wonder if I have any say in the matter, you know? Oh, also, right, what are these little, well, crackles? I was going to ask what the little diagonal things were at the bottom of the house. They're very specifically modelled, they're very specifically textured, but I don't know what they are in terms of the architecture of the house. The hypothetical Japanese dream house in the weird indie game that I don't understand at the best of times. And cannot navigate, apparently. How on earth did I miss where the castle was? It's not like it's a small thing. You know, going back to my alien hypothesis about this game, the castle kind of makes sense. For those of you keeping score at home, my idea is that this game is basically an alien simulation, and the play character is an abductee. And this castle makes sense, because all you really see of a castle on TV or movies or whatever is the throne room, which is what we have here. And I wonder... Yeah! See, for some reason, the back of the chair's emblem is patterned, which doesn't really make sense, because it's not something that you're really meant to see. I'm sure I mentioned this last time, but surely it would be more trouble to, like, only texture a single face, because that, as is my understanding, right, they created the model, assigned certain sides flat colours, assigned textures to others. Like, it took conscious effort to only texture one side of the model. But now we're back outside again. And there are no people outside, so this is kind of perfect. I'm kidding, of course. I mean, if you find the right kind of people, I'm actually pretty sociable and lovely. And by the right kind of people, I mostly mean video gamers. Not entirely sure what prompted me throwing myself off the edge like that, but hey, worth it, right? Got a new square. I am 100% sure I said this already, but there's no particular advantage to collecting new squares. Like, it doesn't unlock new content or tweak the game in any way, it's just a fun thing to do, something to encourage you to keep going, you know? And this is some pretty interesting music. For the temple, apparently. Nice. And it actually spawned me in the right place, not in the middle of the floor. Well done, game. You passed basic QA. This time. Anyway, this is pretty handy, because it means I can test an idea that I had a short while ago. I want to see if you can give the dream chart a more static reading by travelling around only using the linking tunnels. And I am really, really sad that I've only ever seen the little doll troop once. I think it may have been a bug in the game. Anyways, no. Following the linking tunnels, you can go from here to Kyoto to the Wild World to either the pit, then the womb, or to the cottage. I mean, frankly, it depends on which linking tunnels I find first. If any. There's no guarantee that the game won't spontaneously reprogram itself to be a Pong clone in the meantime. It's a pretty slippery customer like that. It also depends on me being able to reliably navigate my way through the game and make it to the side of the temple that actually has a linking tunnel in it. And once again, you'd think a map might help, but, you know, that would require me making one. You'd also think I'd be able to properly navigate a straight line, so what do you know? Well, hope you enjoyed that pointless little diversion to the wrong end of the temple. We now return to our regularly scheduled Kyoto. Kinda surprised nobody jumped out to attack me. There's a couple things that can go wrong when you're in the temple. They all left me alone. Of course, with that said, the Grey Man has shown a habit of showing up in the linking tunnels in Kyoto, so who even knows? I mean, I say he has a habit of doing that. He's done it in, what, 2 episodes out of 60? So that's, well, 1 every 30. Still enough for me to want to complain about it. I wonder, do you do anything, Ms. Peacock? No, I guess not. I wonder why this game has a button to look over your shoulder like that. Like, is there some kind of Japanese custom that I don't know about regarding looking over one's shoulder? It seems like such a specialized move to have for it to not actually do anything. Again, I wonder if this is why I'm missing something in the game. Like, could I force something to spawn by looking over my shoulder at it? I don't know. And I should probably stop running. This particular run is another spot where Grey Man likes to hide. Or maybe he just likes living in Kyoto, end of story. Oh, yeah! These things! I mentioned them earlier. What are these things? Aside from something that refuses to show because of Z fighting. I really like the term Z fighting. It kind of reminds me of some kids' cartoon from the 90s. I don't mean any particular one, but come on, you know somebody would want to make a show out of a game called Z Fighters. And it'd be set in what the 90s thought the internet was. Like this huge virtual world full of neon wireframes. And I was going to explore Kyoto some more, but I guess I'm up here now. Anyways, I know I've mentioned this much in the past, but I love neon wireframe models. Don't even know why. I've been playing a lot of Smash Bros. 4 lately. My favourite character is Wireframe Little Mac. Like the one with the red gloves and the star-spangled shorts. Or the pink tracksuit. The manliest of all alternate costumes. Right, moving on from that, I'm heading this way. I want to make a point of trying new things, and decidedly not following the train tracks is the best way to go for now. I mean, I forget where Patricia Quinn lives, but I'm pretty sure it's around this little garden. Also, ignore the train tracks to the left-hand side of the screen. I know I walked alongside them when I said I wasn't going to, but you know. Hey look, I linked out of the room, thus bringing a logical and satisfactory end to this sentence. Good job, CPC Gamer. You get a promotion. A promotion of terror! I love going to the Violence District. It's kind of contrary. Actually, I'm genuinely looking forward to when I come here lately, because there's all sorts of stuff for me to do here. And it makes me feel a little more involved with the creative process too, because clanging along the walkway, that gives me work to do in post-processing. You know, turning down the audio, making sure it doesn't spike out of control. Or I could just blink out of the room, having given myself some extra work to do. Apparently, I do not like future me very much. But that's alright, because he doesn't like past me, largely because I do things like that. Also, because past me ate a whole bag of jelly beans yesterday, so it's gonna take a while to fully process that. And here's me, stuck in the middle of past and future me. It's pretty tense. And you know, that took me a while. Too busy working on my pun and going, man, what is this mysterious black shape? I thought to myself, as I waited for him to approach. That was just embarrassing. Still, I know where he is now. So I'm going to explore this way, and not worry. I think I'll go and link with the face. See what he does to the grey man. Like, does it restore his position? Does he keep going on the same pathing as before? Who knows? I thought the game had misfired one of its textures, and it was showing glass beneath the balcony there. You guys see that? The bit where I don't know how shadows work, apparently. Worst of it is, that's not even a shadow. It's an actual physical texture, so whoa! What? What is this? You're not supposed to be here, man. You're on the... Oh, and apparently the game agrees and is now waking me up, perhaps? Yeah. And that was a really eerie ending. I mean, the game doesn't agree. That's apparently a neutral mood, but... being slowly woken up as you stare at the enemy, that's... kinda... death. I'm gonna go again. I watched some of my older videos recently, just to check a few of my favourite bits, and it struck me how, like, every single section of Silent Hill Shattered Memories, I go, let's push on. Like, it became more of a catchphrase than, and until next time, goodbye, as a sign-off, and I didn't even intend to do that, you know? It's just me being really dumb and awkward, and I didn't quite know how to speak. Oh yeah! Now, I don't think I've had a good enough chance to show these guys off. This is probably meant to be Ebisu, god of fishermen, luck, and the health of small children. And he's very often found underwater, like down there, but I think it works pretty well with the deep blue skies. But check it out, it looks like we're already underwater. Especially with that aggressive draw distance. Although with that said, is it really an aggressive draw distance? I mean, it's been a while since I played Silent Hill 1, so I forget what the draw distance looked like in PS1 games. Hopefully a little better than this, thus retroactively proving my point correct. And again, I should probably watch where I'm running, because just last night the grey man kept popping up, and I'd kind of like to avoid that if I can. Oh, God, I'm doing that thing bad movies do where they flash back to 10 minutes prior. It's the worst kind of filler material. The best kind of filler material is the onsen episode. But given that I live in England, we don't really have those, so I can't reliably do one of those. I can do standing in the pouring rain and getting a nice tan if you like. Oh, tangentially related, I always wanted to do a cutaway gag where somebody walks into what is meant to be my office, and then we cut outside. Like, I've just got a desk sitting at the side of a motorway, and somebody walks through a prop door to come talk to me. It's like... I think it's a Spike Milligan sketch, where a guy has a completely flat house through the clever use of jump cuts. And it's a shame that I've forgotten who it was, because it's absolutely one of my favourite visual gags, and I can't tell you who is responsible. Pretty sure it's Spike Milligan, though. Do you know who it was, boat guy? Nah, I guess not. Although, a thought has entered my mind. I wonder if it's possible to link with this guy by waiting on the bridge. I mean, obviously you can't reach him while he's down there in the water, but if he has a hitbox, you should be able to get close enough. You know, this way. Anyways. So, I'm going to go ahead and wait. Hopefully this won't take too long, because that is also a pretty lousy way to fill time, just having dead air. And it's weird, because sometimes doing nothing can be the funniest thing of all, but it's really hard to quantify. I mean, for example, there's one part of Freakazoid where it takes him about 20-odd seconds to reach the floor after falling from a first-story window, and it's funny because they have enough time to explain the reason that it's taking so long to fall is because the comedic timing is better that way. But on the other hand, you run the risk of just falling flat. You know, like when anybody trips over in Family Guy. You know, we get it. They're hurt, they're gasping, they're holding their knee. Maybe don't do that for 3 of your 18-minute runtime, please. Next slide, please. Maybe one that has a joke on it. I don't know. This boat is moving awfully slowly, wouldn't you say? though it does give you a nice look at the 2D handrails. Or it's a completely flat 3D model. They did that on the Sega Saturn. The console couldn't render triangular polygons, but it could render four-sided polygons with zero length on one side that looked and behaved exactly like a triangular polygon. And that is the story of Virtua Fighter. Hang about, is he swaying? Or sinking? Or is it more dead fighting? Battling in the digital realm online! Yeah, I'm gonna keep pushing Z Fighters until it's a fully animated Saturday morning kids TV show from the 90s. Or until the end of this episode when I have some crisps and forget about it. Who knows? But if somebody wants to write a cheesy rock theme tune anyways, that'd be super. I mean, I'm thinking something like the Defenders of the Earth, because that is just, it's one of the best theme tunes. And it's looking like no. In fact, you do not link with this guy when he touches you. But you can see he's not an actual model, he's just four flat objects wobbling back and forth. Well, anyway, that was refreshing. What am I going to do now? I spent so much time focusing on the river that I didn't line up another topic. Although I do see something in the background, so I'm going to chase it. Through the garden. Because I think that means Grey Man won't come and get me. And yeah, for no reason I choose to link with that guy. Why not? Oh, I'm in the pit. I was going to say, this is some pretty weird music. It reminds me of that one track from Echo the Dolphin 2 called... Convergence. It's when they play the past and future themes at the same time, and it's awesome. And the tune is called Convergence, not Transcended. Because that is a tune from Echo the Dolphin 1, Sega CD version. I know way too much about that series, even though it traumatized me as a child. Like, my folks picked it up because, oh hey, it's this cute little game about dolphins. Who doesn't love that? And then, like, you play it, and the opening level is Eldritch Horror! In that voice. I wonder if there's anything down here. I mean, it should look like it, but that could just be because of the weird layering issues that this game has. Because it looks like no. And of course, I'm going to try and test the theory that the astronaut spawns down here. And just because it hasn't happened, doesn't mean it won't. You saw my logic behind getting a box of scorpions in my last gift exchanges. Just because the astronaut isn't here at all, doesn't mean he won't spawn. You saw my logic behind getting a box of scorpions in my gift exchanges. And if you didn't, then go watch them. And mail me stuff so I can pull it out of a box. Except not really, though. I mean, heartfelt gifts don't count if you straight up demand them. You know? It's why I wear the red band that I got in the first package. If you don't know, the first parcel that an internet friend sent to me, they included one of those rubber wristbands from a Miller beer box. Just a cute little, I thought you'd like this kind of a thing. And I've always wanted a little accessory from a friend, so I can wear it and show it off to the people I work with and stuff. And I love it. You're not who I expected to see. I thought you were the dying woman. But your creepy, heavy breathing means you're the opposite of dying. Also, the dying woman usually sends me to the grey room, but clearly this is not that. Because this is the Monument Park. You know, if I had had a hand in making this game, I'd have a couple of different elements, like 2 or 3 statues that could appear in each place, and they'd be rolled at random each time you linked here. Like, specifically warped in here, not through the linking tunnel. Oh, and this reminds me. So I was doing some child minding the other day, 10-year-old girl, and she was showing off Moshi monsters because that's her thing, and she said, I don't know what Easter-O is meant to be. And I got to explain that it's one of these. It's an Easter Island head. And I like doing that, because I like pretending I'm the smartest person in the room. And it spiced up what had been an otherwise boring evening. But then she said, hey, do you have Super Smash Bros? Because I kinda want to try it. And hell yeah, I got Super Smash Brothers! So we played it for hours and hours. And I don't know what surprised her the most. The fact that I picked a female character a lot of the time, or that the female character was just kicking as much ass as the boys, rather than just being a thing to rescue. And in the days after, I was looking after 2 boys, again, 10 years old, and it was great. Because see, the girl played the game with me and she went, "I'm good at this, aren't I, Andy?" And the boys went on their own. The side of this train looks like oily metal. I really like that. That's a super nice effect. And that side looks like acid. I love this game. But yeah, no. The boys played the game on their own, and they did it while shouting, "I'm so good at this!" Oh no, I accidentally paused the game, and now the model viewer is staring at Zero Suit Samus. How on earth do I get out of this? Which is a thing that I totally want to do soon. If only I can remember what button I needed to push to stop staring at those boobs. Hey there, 8-bit running guy. Do you know what the button was? Probably not. I just like the look of you. Man, I wonder what happens if the train makes it all the way to the end of the tracks. I don't know if I want to do that in this episode, though, because I've already spent a lot of time waiting earlier on in the episode. So... okay, I have to check something. Which is good, because it means the train can continue on its merry way. So, this right here is a giant alien in the floor. Like, those are the eyes and the shoulders. These are its feet. Why does it have spiked bushes at its heels? Like, do you think the alien is wearing spurs? What is this? Anyway, now back to the train. And I won't sing like that one time in Wild West Seymour. Did I upload that clip, or was that a DVD extra that I never uploaded? I don't know. And I don't want to think about Wild West Seymour because, dear God, that was an embarrassing series. Like, way back when I thought doing a squeaky voice was some sort of shortcut to comedy gold. Oh hey, it's an opera singer! I wonder if that's why the train noises have stopped, because it can't play sound effects from the train and the opera singer together, and I guess we'll never know. Maybe I'll do that next time. Probably not, though. Anyway, join us next time to see what I do, and until next time, goodbye!